That's Geno Goralski, the 7th ranked outfielder in Georgia in the class of 2026, number 29 overall in the class. Geno, man, appreciate the time.
Thank you for having me.
So reading the PBR profile on you, a line that really jumped out to me that I thought was really interesting talks about elite in-game mental makeup. Take me inside that a little bit and setting a mentality when you walk through those lines.
So my mental approach goes straight into the box. I mean, that's where I feel most important in the game, where I can make a difference in the game. So it's going into the box, knowing like, hey, I'm here to drive my pitch. I'm here, like I'm not the best player on the field, but kind of like a confidence that no one's going to get into my brain, and like I'm not going to let any moment get too big or too low.
What do you credit that ability to have that confidence and intensity to? Where does that come from?
My hitting coach, Travis Bailey, I've been with him for like 11 years, and ever since I was maybe 5 years old, he's always drove that into my heart.
You're obviously in a position as a 2026, the new rules, you know, the recruiting process has slowed down for you guys where you won't be able to do that until right before your junior year. What are you ultimately looking for in the school?
A genuine relationship. Like, I want to feel like as I love the school, I want them to love me back. And also academics, because I'm big into academics. I want to have like a 20-year plan. Like, I want to go to a good college, and then once I graduate with a good GPA, I want to set myself after for life. So yeah.
In terms of the playing though, how do you make it undeniable that the kind of school, or the school in particular that you're looking for, is the one that ultimately is the destination?
That's a tough question. I mean, whatever feels right. Like, I'm not going to jump to a conclusion about anything. I'm just going to let like whatever my heart feels right, and I'm just going to make that decision, whatever feels right.
Take me inside the game a little bit. What do you feel like when you, from a, you know, I've seen that, you know, you got the speed element, you're able to, you know, to get it done at the plate, but what do you feel like is that tool right now for you that's clicking the most?
My opposite field power. I feel, well, my hitting coach has always taught me like, hey, because pitchers always want to go away, so if you can learn how to hit the away pitch, the rest of the plate's open. So looking to drive the pitch the opposite way gets me ahead of the game.
If you're thinking about the hit tool, the power, the speed, the arm, the defense, what is that one that you feel like if I improve that just a little bit, I'm going to be where I want to be?
My arm strength, for sure.
How do you go about improving that?
Mobility. I had to be bigger on mobility. I'm not very flexible, and I definitely need to get my arm healthier, for sure.
So you talked about the influence of your hitting coach, but obviously there's guys you watch on TV, you know, guys you've played around. Who's really made an influence on you as a player?
Well, right now, Bryce Harper, for sure. I mean, when he goes into the box, I mean, it's obvious what he's going to do. He's going to go hit a ball hard. I mean, that's the best thing for it.
We're in Metro Atlanta. You're not supposed to bring up Bryce Harper, just so you know.
I know. I was heartbroken as well with the game. I wanted Acuna to hit that bomb, but that was a great play. All
right, we talked a little bit about you and what you do with it. I always love to see it in motion, so let's get that bat in your hands and have you show us your setup.
So when I step in the box, I always kind of make sure like I'm in like a mobile stance, like an athletic stance. I don't want to be, and I work on my posture. Like, I would prefer to be hamstring dominant than over quad dominant. I make sure I set my bat where I'm kind of like in a 90-degree angle. So here, I go here, and then once I get to my load, I make sure to kind of rock, like sink into my back hip. So once I sink into my back hip, it's kind of like it's like a go, it's like a seat belt, and then once this hits, it's like an automatic brake, and then once the brake happens, it's kind of like this starts my swing. So I don't want to extend my leg because I won't have anything to drive off of. So if I drive here, this can start the swing for momentum pieces, and then I make sure to try, I'm working on at least, to bring my hands, don't let the knob go. Then we're here, and then we can make adjustments to whatever pitch we want, because if we're beat here, I can still shoot the ball opposite field. If I'm here, I have my best swing up the middle, and if I'm here, I make a mistake and I have a great swing. So that's my swing.
Geno, man, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it.
Of course.
If you're not already, make sure you follow LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You get so much more happening here on campus.